All right. What is up, guys? I hope that you can hear me okay. Um, I'm not rocking the headphones, but I don't think I'll need them. At least I hope I won't. As long as I can hear the game through the laptop's speakers, that should be fine. And today I was also planning on pilot, piloting. Sometimes I have a hard time saying words. And I don't know if it's because I'm trying to speak quickly or but I'm planning on piloting a new series, maybe because of the slight tongue twister nature of that expression I was saying. Um, yeah, the Resident Evil series. So that will perhaps follow this stream. In any case, thank you so much for any and all support that the show receives, likes, shares, comments, subscriptions, and I don't know. There's actually a lot of uh, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of nuance, I guess, to language pronunciation because of course we have abbreviations, we have what are called contractions, like it's instead of it is, to make things easier to say. Um, yeah, and I guess this struggle that I have kind of reflects the need for those types of words, like elaborating on our thoughts can be challenging sometimes. Okay, let me see. Should be up there. Turn it up just a little bit so I can actually hear it. There, that should be good. Alright, Farewell My Turnabout, Part 4, 2 trial. I think we're getting close to the end of the game. March 23rd, 2:35 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Everyone in the court looks the exact same. Let me turn it down just a little bit. I'm sure I'm not competing with the computer. I don't think I am, but if I think it's a problem or concern, I might actually put my headphones on. Oh, now reconvene. I assume both sides are running. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edward? That is... It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edward? It looks like something unexpected just happened. Now, Mr. Edward, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwritten analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. You wanted to explore the possibility in the last episode that it was a forged note. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. Oh wow, really it was. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edward? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It's a fake. Okay, so the next question that follows is who wrote it? Order! Mr. Edward, would you care to explain what's going on? This was not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it? Of course. We will need more time to do more detailed analysis, however. It appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Longfree. Okay, so was he potentially involved? Not necessarily in her suicide, but in her death. Mr. Karina? Well, looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note afterward. She never wrote anything about Angard. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Angard could not have known it, so the facts remain unchanged. Oh man. And there were so many twists and turns in the last episode. The toy that was used to contain the note was bought by, I believe, Andrews. And it was used by... Oh god! It was actually used by Engard, so... I think Engard at least knew about the existence of the note. This is another one of those, like, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney cases that it's just got so many twists and turns. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. It's theory that Engard had no idea that this suicide was fake. Something seems a little wrong. What evidence do I have to prove it? This is the figurine. Only Kurita and Andrews knew how to open it. Okay, so this is, the figurine was Kurita's. So we're looking for evidence that he knew about the existence of the note. I wonder surveillance. Is it possible that he would have known it through surveillance? Changes the footage taken by the spy camera. Inside the figurine, it tells of Engard's horrible misdeeds. What's strange is that if it was forged by Kurita, why does it have that information in there? Why would he write bad things about himself? Right, that does seem strange. Credit card receipts. Sadly, I don't think that's even remotely relevant. Engard bought the bear. See, that's why I was confused. Because it says he bought the bear. And the only problem is I have multiple bears in evidence. Like, I have this stuffed bear, I have this one. This figurine. Actually not sure, guys, like... Oh man, sometimes this game, like... Okay, so, let's see, we're about towards the end of the game. This might be the last episode. Somewhat relieved. Present you the spy camera. Transmitter or the stuffed bear. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Like, that was like in my line of reasoning. Like, if he was actively surveilling Kurita, he would have known about it, right? Like, I'm gonna try to make it through the remainder of the episode without referring to the guide. I know some people are purists about that kind of thing. They're like, do not look at the guides, but I don't want to have to replay the episode 20 times, and sometimes the game is just free, like you would do in a movie. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Engard to have not known it was fake. And we don't know, we only know from the camera set to record the victim's room from 8 p.m. to 1 hour. It was running at the time of the murder. So it's possible that that note itself was created before that. So how is the spy camera even relevant or valid evidence to prove that point? It's not. Straight up, it is not. Based on the description in the evidence, it is not relevant. And the game is still going to allow you to present that as evidence to contradict that, saying it was being recorded the entire time. But that's obviously not true. It's obviously not true from the text in the description that it was being recorded the entire time. It was only running for about an hour based on this. It specifically says 1 hour. So unless Kurita forged the note in that time, it's not possible that the camera caught that. Like, it's actually not possible. But okay. Stub Bear, I'll present that, I guess. So annoying, dude. What is this little item called? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right. Camera. You kids and your fancy toys nowadays. It really depends on how long previously that camera was installed in his room. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engarde knew, and dude, even the last trial, like with Phoenix trying to avoid casting the blame on Engarde, even all that stuff was like extremely absurd. I'm like, why would any attorney do this? I actually don't know. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engarde knew of the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, and this means Mr. Engarde would have known that the victim had forged the note. Again, not necessarily. He would have only known that if the camera was able to capture that footage. The defendant knew the suicide note was fake. Again, not necessarily. He didn't necessarily know that, unless it was captured by the footage. Which even we wouldn't know because that's not in the evidence. If that's true, then the situation is suddenly changing for dramatic. I don't like how this game errs on the hypothetical side. Like, that's not how courtrooms actually work. Exactly wrong. The prosecution's theories to what Mr. Engarde's motive was. Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was. It suddenly disappeared into thin air. Trump. It's not as if Mr. Engarde monitored Mr. Kurita 24 hours a day. Correct. Absolutely correct. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in place Mr. Engarde didn't know of. Exactly. And Phoenix doesn't have proof that that was recorded. He's what we would call in our language spitballing. Like he's basically making up theories to try to support his conclusions, but again, that doesn't exactly pass in a court of law. Like it doesn't. Theorizing is great if you're a scientist, but if you're a lawyer, it's not as good. Right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Again, neither one of them has proof in either direction, so all they have proof is the handwritten analysis that suggests that it was written by Kurita. But that's still not enough information to go off of. But neither one of them has proof or evidence. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like this time it's you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwritten analysis, I thought that this might happen. The question is, what's next? What's next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engarde's motive through evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. And I still don't know why Phoenix is defending Engarde. At this point in the trial, it seems very bizarre that he would be doing that, considering he knows about the murder plot. Like, Phoenix actually knows about that, so why would he be defending Engarde at this point? I actually don't know. I agree with you there. You're wrong. The prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. All the heart. Edgeworth stuttering, this is not like him at all. Unusual, well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley to kill her to commit murder? Obviously, it was Engarde. Obviously. So it's impossible. Who knows? the actual assassin? Murderer? Unless a person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. I mean, they might have captured the killer. Who's this witness? It's, yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer. Oh, that's what I figured. I'm like, that's the only person it could have been that could actually prove that. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait, Shelley the Killer? Okay, so they captured him? You mean the killer, or I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, I should hope so. He's guilty of murder. Hello, you're a judge? Do you not know how to do your job? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. And he wouldn't need permission, by the way. If he's guilty of murder, he would not need permission as a prosecutor. Mr. Drake? Yes. Is this alright with you? I have a choice here. I can't really do much to drag this trial out. The defense has no objection to it. Or if it really is alright to do this. Very well, then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Phoenix, stop fighting the truth, dude. You're a defense attorney. Now then, witness. Your name and occupation, please. What? This is a radio. This is not the killer. Like, what? Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I'm a professional assassin. What? I said, what is going on here? That's not even him. That's a radio. Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. How is this permissible in the court of law? But this must be what urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in the court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Well, I'm glad she's still alive. Voice, Mr. Wright, can you confirm with your presence? The defense has no objections to this person. We're satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer. Looks like we've run into yet another unexpected turn of events. And more importantly, why haven't they apprehended you yet? It doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so now then, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Carita, is this correct? As you said, I did indeed kill Mr. Carita. Everyone already knew that. Now you've answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just bad dreams. That's it, bad dreams. Shelley the Killer, what is he going to say? You can tell the truth. Probably. For something I must first state, to an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between the client and himself. That's the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. It's my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. The Killer seems to be a very clever man. It almost seems to be that he's mocking us. Oh my gosh. While he may appear to be the enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He's no hypocrite. He has always stood by his own belief. He built his trust between the clients and himself. Seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. What? What? On this right, are you ready to crossing on the witness? It's like a doctor-patient thing, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected. They call it the Hippocratic Oath here in the state. About my client. There's something in this first states. Hold it. You can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Chairman. I said this is something on this first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry, go on. It appears this is Camp Adams, right? It's only because you don't know about my situation. So why not just say it, Mr. Phoenix? It's obviously Maya's voice. Maya's been kidnapped. Maybe they should be trying to apprehend the criminal. I trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. Yeah, your last name is The Killer. Something tells me that's not a real name. Even if people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. Everyone knows it by now, dude. Even Mr. Powers knows your identity, dude. You've got a sewn-up face. I'd say you stand out like a sore thumb. You're not a very good assassin at all. You actually have a zipper going up and down your actual face. And that is what I justify this to. This is the first time my client says I've ever been accused of murder. He's preserved the killer name so my clients can trust him. Can someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It's never happened before, but even if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long. It would certainly, it's not please no more. Oh well, there's only the high plot money. There's the reason I'm here for a witness stand, but you're not there on the witness stand. You're a radio! Gotta be careful with this. You're able to tell us the name of your client. I think that this would be very bad for them. Doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of the prescribed rule. This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that can't be forgiven. You gave the right to be so high and mighty. To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? Oh no, I didn't say it. The judge had better watch himself. Well, Dick, we understand the police tells the name of the client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. Yo, maniacal, it's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. That coming from an assassin makes it less comforting. I don't really care about the extra fluff. Just tell me when you're right with patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try to understand the mindset. Steadfast and close. So you're gonna have to work with him to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. I have to use the bathroom real quick. BRB, dude. I'm feeling I'm gonna have to present the figurine I'm thinking. Yeah. Pressing again. In exchange, I trust my clients are discreet about my identity. These are the roles the assassin is planning to carry out. Sorry, but I was worrying about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules. The person who frames another is the worst kind of human. That's why you feel you can betray this person. And I don't think you gave anything away, dude. Like, you're still pretty much... You're not even there in person. You're a radio. Actually, I don't know at all, man. Like, I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Do you think you can understand my logic? The case just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, but in that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. Excellent. That's the reason I'm here today. And I do believe about time I revealed your name tonight, don't you? Okay, so what's the name? Fantastic, Mr. Right. Then I will. Witness. What's the name of your client who requested the murder of Juan Crida? The person's name is... Phoenix needs to wise up. Start defending and protecting his paralegal. Edgeworth objects. Witness. Not who you told me it was earlier. They tell. What are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I mean, if it was a forged note, I mean, I guess it's not completely absurd that Adrian Andrews hired him. What? I thought she was the murderer all along. You even went back to the crime scene to tamper with the dead body. Like, who does that? This can't be on the phone. What's going on here? I guess is that mystery killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm trying to order to get on to this court. Mr. B killed a totally different name, not a guard. This is outrageous. How to see it? This is telling a very serious lie. You want someone's witness. Tried to kill her. Hey, what are you gonna do? We're talking to a lady. What self-respecting prosecutor would do? My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is not a guard, my correct? All we should do is help her cure his report. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. But your client is not actually what's the not law abiding. Like, prosecution's failed to provide motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there's a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. What do you mean by that? Of course he knew he wrote the note. But what are you saying? How would you not know that? Unless you have like acute memory loss, like how would you not know that? Most definitive role, we've heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. Clear's client who was requesting the murder was not the defendant at all. No. Well, it's evidence, it means obvious that this guard is seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion. Call me when you reach a verdict. Please bring me Adrian Andrews immediately. But now, with the way this is going, and guard will be found in. Maybe your last chance to save life. Yeah, but Edwards is right. The killer is lying. I mean, guard my client. I know he's guilty. I'm losing myself if I win this. Well, your evidence is not good, dude. Like, your evidence is inconclusive at best. I would believe that the prosecution's own witness would result in evidence. Drop. Prosecution requests permission to further question. The killer is certainly by number. Wasn't me. Listen. Oh, that's right, sorry. Jeez, that testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Listen, suicide note may have been a fake. And she might have known that. She might have known that, considering she knew the combination of people in it. They didn't know what itself was contained in. And again, I'm still not sure why the note itself would have disparaging remarks about Kurita if Kurita was the one who wrote it. I actually don't know why he would do that. Like, it doesn't seem to have any clear, obvious motive. Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But this could kill himself, he's testified. His name used his crime. That's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. We still don't know why you were messing with the corpse. That knife and button, donning the right costume. That's... You may have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste's impact was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, you wanted revenge against the two murder. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No, that's right. Know the truth, tell them. I mean, I guess he could mention that Enguarde confessed, but I don't know what that would do in this case. I mean, if you were to ask me, I would say she screwed up the moment that she planted the button, and that was a pretty big screw up. Like, you were fully innocent. I don't know why you would do that. Tell me the real story. Who the real killer is? Tell them. Please help me. And the truth. What? That's right. When we reach the end of this trial, before I ask the defense for any final words from me, I have to decide: do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya, or do I throw this chance away and wait for gumshoe evidence? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna say request. Do I automatically fail if I request a verdict? Huh. Jeez Louise, dude. Can't do it. Yeah, I can't accept a not guilty. You're a lawyer. I know. But Matt Enguarde's a killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than Enguarde. Even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. That's because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. And again, it's only part of the truth because you still don't know why Kurita forged the note. Was he actually involved in Celeste's murder? Was his own murder part of a retribution-based act? We really don't know. Like, there's so many theories about how and why he died. Yeah. Who would have wanted him dead enough to hire someone to kill him? Question. Maybe Andrews if she herself knew the truth. If that was a forged note, and maybe Kurita had something to do with her death. I think that makes more sense than Enguarde hiring an assassin. He could have gotten Enguarde convicted so many times over, but he never takes a single one of those chances. If I take his verdict right now, I'll be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Who, Edgeworth? Write your opinion, please. Defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. McKillop. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But that means he's cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet to see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job. True, you immediately get a game over if you request a verdict. There's still more evidence to look at. Sure, once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Oh ho ho! An actual miracle! You guys can see me, right? Especially if I like tilt my head up. I lean forward too much. It's too dark. It's dark, yo. Very well. Trial will continue. Mr. Edward, please re-establish connection with Mr. Killer. Right away, Eric. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we'd like to talk with you a little more. Well, all you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are, usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done? What should we have him testify about? Mr. Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? About my client, part 2. Meanwhile, Gumshoe is... we actually don't know where he is. Adrian Andrews is my client. One thing cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. We all know she's guilty of that. I still don't even know why she would do that. If she was totally innocent of the crime, I have no idea why she would do that. That to me seems foolish at best. Like, I don't know why you would do that. Straight up. My client did it to frame another for the crime. I mean, that seems to suggest to me that she didn't hire to kill her, because if she did hire to kill her... I mean, actually, that is possible, right? It is possible that she hired the killer to kill Karita and then frame one guard. That is totally possible. That's potentially something that happened. Yeah, we don't know why she would have framed one guard. Actually, I don't know. If Andrews is on the stand, I'd be asking her that. I'd be like, so why did you frame one guard? Because that seems kind of suspicious to me. He already knew from the beginning that Juan Karita was dead. Even more appalling is the creation and planning of the knife and button. Yeah, that entire series of things she did was very bizarre. The knife is what I was referring to when I said the client had broken the rules. I'm not sure what you mean by that, too. Like, breaking the rules, like, what do you mean? This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now. Yeah, again, there are more twists in this than an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like, I don't even know what's going on. This time, everything's been finally revealed. Objection! Oh, Edward. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edward. You still have the cross-examination to do, but you don't need to question testimony. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. Why doesn't Phoenix just come out and say it? Unguard confessed. You know, just say it. Come on. You scrutinize the testimony, then. Not expose the lies and that also beneficial testimony, I suppose. Again, why is he playing coy and stuff? Why is he trying to hide the truth? He says he's on a mission for the truth, and then he's beating around the bush and stuff. I don't understand what's going on. Let me do this. Like, just don't say the truth, Phoenix, but that is pretty much the same thing as lying in most contexts. About my client part 2. I've already stated it quite a few times. And my client... What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end, but I have to do something to waste my time. Witness, about requesting a hint. Yes? How much is your fee? Requesting a hint, sorry. I see you're also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Jones. Huh? If you'd like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No, I'm not thinking of that. Mr. Wright. Yes? You want to kill me. You want me dead, don't you? What? Guilty, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You're hereby declared guilty. Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they? I don't know why Phoenix would be asking that. It's completely irrelevant to the case. Yeah, I'd say it's completely irrelevant to the case. even Phoenix could be asking the killer why Andrews tried to do a cover-up. Like, I think that question would make a lot more sense. Tampering with the scene of the crime, if he knew about that, I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I promised such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Changing occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this, even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. Yes, we know that, that's how hit jobs work. Whether it was on guard, who already confessed to it, or Andrews, we know that they're the ones who really perpetrated. That goes without saying, this particular. The fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt. The client did it to frame my work for their crime, but why would that be the case? Are you talking about the blood and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I was making a point to make things as easy as possible. Try to make things easy. A business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. Oh, very nice. He's very devoted to his work, to disregard everything to go and stab the deceased with a knife. Hide my card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being pretending to be the first person to discover the body and ensure the scene. They're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing. That is correct. Usually most people try to create an alibi for themselves. You should use my services, Mr. Attorney. I'd suggest you plan for your alibi too. I already told you, I have no intention of using your services, ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm on trial here? Obviously Phoenix doesn't want to kill anybody. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Phoenix was dead. From the very beginning, that is correct, from before my client visited the room. All my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. Maybe that's really true. That's odd. The creation and planning of the master button. I actually agree, that was very appalling. Why do you think your client did that? Finally, Phoenix pops the question. What do you mean by why? Fiddling around at the scene of a crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who had requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? Yeah. Actually, this seems to justify the theory that Adrian Andrews was behind it all along. Because it's kind of like, if you look at it, it's kind of like she's killing two birds with one stone. On guard gets framed for murder, he goes away from murder, Farid is actually dead. Kills both of them. Well, she doesn't kill on guard, but she does get him sent to jail. I mean, is she one of them both dead for what happened to Impacts? I'd say that's pretty effective. It doesn't get answered, though, is what on guard's involvement was in her death. We still don't know what on guard's real relationship was. She was fond of on guard. That's true. Someone was probably done frame Mr. Guard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? I think that's not possible. Huh? My job is to kill. That's all. I'm gonna leave my business card behind naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. That act is what I was referring to when I said I have broken the rules. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. You realize that would be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused, but the one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. Maya might be dead for all we know. Depressed on this one now. Pray that I'll never again be able to stand again as you plan to continue. I get to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like me in my district attorney? Excuse me? No, I'm fine. Really. Are you really? Or what kind of man the judge thinks I am now? What are you going to do now, Mr. Phoenix? Here's the lies. Wine glass on the fifth statement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Action! Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Creed had been murdered. And we know that because she... well, actually, I'm not sure. How do you know that? She placed the wine glass down from this wine glass right there. The glass. Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Creed had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. Oh, okay. I actually did not know that. Isn't that just part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That's not possible. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. If it has been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what's your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? Not a very important point anyway, correct? I mean, that's somewhat is disproven by Adrian Andrews framing on guard, right? She would have known Karita was dead with her planting the evidence. Like, clearly she already, like, you would have to know that a murder had already taken place to plant evidence like that. She wouldn't do that if she thought Karita was merely unconscious. But we know that even if she wasn't aware of Karita's death, she quickly found that out. I think you're mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, is a claim, and the client should have already known about Karita's death. If not, it can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. So, some things don't make sense here. How strange. Yes. Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. No. Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah, sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now I have to buy some more time. More time! We'll wait for the items to the killer to be left behind. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. Request taken. And again, if Adrian Andrews did not know he was dead, she knew very quickly he was dead. We know that based on how events had panned out. It's almost such a short window of time. I say it was such a short window of time that it is irrelevant, really. It's irrelevant that she didn't know that he was already dead. Actually, that's directly contradicted because she definitely knew he was dead. We know that from the evidence. She knew he was dead. There's a request for my services on the time of the award ceremony. We met at a bar, discussed the details. That's what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I made no mistakes. So revealing. You physically met your client, huh? That's correct. Meeting with one client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see, Mr. Wright, you can begin your cross-examination. Try to take a lot of time, because Maya, her time and her life is neither precious. A week ago, are you sure? I'm quite sure. I, of course, have my preparations. I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please stop. In any case, my client this time in a very specific date and time. Specific date and time? There's a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met a certain bar to discuss the finalities of feedback. I forgot to press, sorry. that? Did you ask why on that specific night? I try to fulfill all my client's conditions on my request. As for why I only had my suspicions. Your suspicions? Well, press further. What are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? Sure, it was all for the bear. The bear? My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Long Crew's room. I'd like you to retrieve that item. You might be talking about this bear puzzle. Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference after all. That is correct. If I had not done the job that night, I would have not known there was a bear figurine. Mr. Wright, was the testimony just not of any importance? It was very important. The testimony just now made everything clear. That is, the client knew the signature of the bear figurine. Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. She knew the combination, dude. Of course she knew about the figurine, dude. How else would she have known the combination? Not only that, but she was the one who bought the bear. So how would she not have known that? He physically met Adrian Andrews. First I did, and what was that? Was the brief pause. Press further. Witness, I'd like for you to give us more details. Me and my client, as a matter of principle, I've never taken a request by telephone mail. Why is that? So because I value trust between client and myself. The way to establish that is to speak with the client as looking them in the eye. And whether Mr. Wright was the testimony of any importance. It was very important. All this is important. Mr. The Killer had met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he's mistaken. You're saying that this client really was Adrian Andrews. You see, it's just as I said. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping? Calm down, Peters. Think carefully and relax. That doesn't seem to be causing any problems. Adrian Andrews was the client. If they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. There doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw a suspicion if you cannot do that. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. Oh my gosh, I have to object. So annoying. It's so annoying how specific this is. You have to press further, and then you have to say it was not important. And why would Phoenix say that? So stupid. Oh, okay. Your Honor, the testimony was about a guy. The moment I saw him, I thought I can trust this person as a client. Adrian Andrews is a woman. Professional assassin, always leaves the Shelley card near his victim's body. He looks exactly like John Doe. Oh. I'd say they're the same person, actually. Objection, she's a woman. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time. Adrian is a boy's name, but she had it, so there it is. That's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that's correct. Sorry, but that's an impossible tale. Shelley the Killer. You've never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up. About her. What is the issue? What did you just say now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, you would know that it's on. Oh! Snaps. What's the meaning of this? Liz testified to the following that he always meets face-to-face with his clients when making a request. He's never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that's exactly the point. That means Mr. DeKiller's client cannot even meet Adrian Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your life concern. However, why would the assassin make such a big mistake? I believe it has to do with her name. And yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. DeKiller, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. He simply picked the wrong gender to go with it. What's going on? Mr. DeKiller, this court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more, I'll make up more lies and waste everyone's time. Meanwhile, Maya is who knows where. I know he's just about to spit out more lies. Yes, I already said that. Very well. This time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth, the whole truth. So help me God. Request taken part 2. Let's see if I can make up my lies correctly this time. Now I remember to take the request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without my client. You already said that you don't take requests by mail, so right there you were caught and you know that. This is for long freedom. I thought my client to be mail. We already know that's a lie. Let's begin the cross-examination. I'm going to press the first statement. Bam! You always meet your clients. I didn't say that, but I was just joking. Meeting is not possible. They didn't shoot your client this time. I did not. Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your sister's voice is not going to work on me. Right then. Just cough it up and confess. Right, you can't badger a witness with such harsh words. The lawyer should behave like one because your evidence is still not, so you don't know. Do you have any proof that Mr. DeKiller met with his client? We don't have proof, right? There is no proof. I think I have to say this. I've used the bathroom again. Okay, hang on, guys. Times when I took a job without having met my clients. It's just so annoying how the game causes you to go down these like random rabbit holes. Email. You took the job without having met your client. Requests from Margarita and 2 or 3 small things. What were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with the case. What should I do? Should I let me slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed the button the wrong way. Press further. Mr. Attorney. Yes, everything I've said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? That's... I smell the stench of a backstabber. You turn out to be the one. Wait. This is looking really bad. She pressed my luck. Alright, I have to think. Is it worth pushing? Always. Witness, this is an important matter. Operate and tell us what other jobs your client does. True that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine. After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I swore that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was the figurine? It was inside Mr. Creed's suitcase. What did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client. Interesting. It sounds important. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony, as you wish. Maybe she did have an after. I found the figurine that you guarded the mansion. You gave it to Miss Andrews. What was it doing there? Waiting for her there. I thought that, based on Carr's testimony, he saw the killer give Andrews the figurine in the hotel. So that actually doesn't make sense. That actually doesn't make sense based on Carr's testimony. Obvious contradiction. He gave the figurine to Miss Andrews, but I know somewhere in the statement there's a contradiction. Yet I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connection on his head. When we make a strong point, you have to present strong evidence. She's right. Now what? The evidence. Yeah. Gave Miss Andrews the figurine. She told you to take it, the bear, and wait for her at the Algarve mansion. Is that correct? Read on. I think you may have remembered things incorrectly. This is Battle Blitz. I can't write up on him. I don't think it's possible for Miss Andrews to have been the recipient of the bear. Either of these. Fidelity killer. If you'd really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. Yeah, because as we know, Andrews knew how to unlock it. I see where you're going. Where's everyone going? Do I need to pack suitcase? John, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. I mean, you can go back to Power's testimony, you can go back to her testimony. And I'm assuming that he would have given the bear to guard. It's not going to make sense. Even for a single minute, this bear had been in Miss Andrews' hand. I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out. Not thrown it away. That's really true. By the very fact that the suicide note was still inside there, tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Your Honor, that it's impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Order! He's right. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break the end of our agreement. That's enough. If that's your intention, then knowing what things need to do. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must finish. Hold it. attorney, please bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand otherwise. Again, he has no leverage. Holding her head is not good. It should have been protected mind. Thank you. No, fair. I think there's a I'm surprised the judge would not recognize my voice. She's been in court enough times. It should be at least familiar to her. We should. Edward, we can't do this. Let's keep this up on the show. Prosecution. Please come over. Prosecution. Rest. What's going on around here? Prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. This is the most unusual situation. The prosecution rests with no further questions. The prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that's the case, then even though I'm reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. You know that's not the case based on Edgeworth's last statement. He's already asserted that Adrian Enders was not his client. We know that now. With Phoenix's evidence and what Edgeworth has said, we know that's not the case. We know that directly contradicts the killer's testimony. So why would the judge say this? We obviously know that's not true. So dumb. Like, so dumb. Anyway. Prosecution, no further questions. Now we will hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant and have right stand. Guidance from the killer's hideout due. Try as hard as you could. Looks like our time's run out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. So dumb, guys. So dumb. Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as truly innocent and good person. You've done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But at least on the charge of your murder, it would appear you're innocent. There he is again with his glasses on. Guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. A guard? What an atrocious lawyer I have. Bringing his own client up like this. Again, the judge would know, dude. He would know that Andrews was not the client, though. How would you not know that at this point? Even if you were as thick as this judge, you would still know that. But refreshing like a spring breeze crap is just as atrocious. Get on with it. Pronounce me innocent. Alright, Mr. Lawyer. Should I side with justice or save my life? Always justice, dude. Always justice. If I did that, mine will die. Why would you let Maya just roam around, dude? You're letting her get herself in trouble? Like, what are you doing? Ms. Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Good choice I make. Someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, your client Matt Angard is innocent. There's no need to ask for man. Why would the game even give you that option at this point? It is so asinine. My lawyer is going to say what I want. Right. I can't do this. I just need to decide. I can't count the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, man on guard. Wow, the game actually gives you a choice. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do it, guys. There's nothing else I could do. I can't say not guilty. That's so much baloney. I could make a sandwich out of it. Actually, man on guard, your answer deserves an answer. I am sorry. I'm sorry, man on guard is. Objection. Okay, she was gonna stop you in your case. Thank goodness. Again, I don't even know why the game would even give you the choice of saying he's not guilty. I actually do not know why that's the case. That shouldn't even be a choice. Going to Phoenix right. This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scrappy fool. You bring them. The final pieces. Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that tonight. Von Karma is perfect for you. Evidence is here in good condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. Where's Maya? All the items are inside this. But I feel like the old coat receipt. Spotted tattered rags anywhere gum sheet. I apologize for its ugliness. There was nothing to wrap the items in. Yeah, because this is professional. They fought long and hard in the horse trial, all for what's inside that rag. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Even though you already have all the crucial pieces of evidence. You already had them. So why are you holding out for even more evidence? That doesn't make sense. Defense's final piece of evidence, your final evidence. Enguarde confessed. You know, Adrian Andrews is not the client based on this previous half hour of testimony. This trial's already over. All that remains is for me to hand on my verdict. Although, even that doesn't make sense because Enguarde was arrested shortly after, so I really don't know the timing on that. I assume he would have had enough time to receive the figurine before he was arrested. I don't believe that any evidence was presented now. Would change the outcome of this trial. Objection! Your Honor, it's hard to get to examine every piece of evidence that is lost. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. Grant permission to do so. However, this is one obvious rule. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by the court. Now, Ms. Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. Mr. Minnie quite rushed. Yes, Your Honor, the killer left 3 pieces of evidence. And among the evidence we're about to see, there will be evidence that will turn this whole thing around like a miracle. Sure, but that's all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Does that pistol have any relation to this case? You get to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. That's the pistol he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. Get the bullet removed from my shoulder as a sort of move. There will be an excellent sample for the test. Again, no, it wasn't involved in the murder, though, so what was the point presenting here? Videotape. I bet the killer took that from the Enguarde mansion. You need more detail. Have you checked the contents of the tape? There's no time to. Oh yeah, but I would speculate that the tape is very important. How would you say that? You can't have to hide that for it. Really went back for it? That's right. Looks like he was trying to recover it. He figured 3 of the officers of the site. He injured 3 of them. Sorry. Somehow it looks like they managed to protect the killer. The killer is no longer met. Videotape added to the record. One of the items retrieved. The killer violently tried to recover it. The contents are unknown. The last piece of evidence is this Bellboy uniform. That uniform from the Gatewater Hotel. Question: was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. Even a pair of black leather gloves in the Hygiene crackers, these episodes, you know. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of murder, so why is this relevant? One thing I found interesting about this uniform is that there's a button missing from the uniform. Is this a button that was found? Very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, would provide some interesting clue. Bellboy's uniform. That's all I have to present. Just as I thought. And what's that, Your Honor? Sure, we're under normal circumstances. These items from Shelly the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, the question is not who did the killing. Again, the judge is finally on the money. We already know the killer did the murder. We already know he was hired by Enguarde. So what questions remain? Who's the client? We already know that as well. That's correct. There's really no one else that could be the client. They're a completely random piece of evidence. They have no meaning, especially against the case. Hard working, down, full bits, figure on. He's wanting to examine this new evidence. He wasted enough time. Court has all the evidence used to have murder. This judge is a brilliant man, isn't he? Where did you get that from? Phoenix, there's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? You're wrong, they do exist. But you have to make the miracle thing. You've come this far, you can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, try for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are two ways out of the situation for us. First, making guard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If the guard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That makes no sense at all. That's absolutely impossible. Second way, wish the killer to end his contract with guard. If the killer were to no longer think of Vanguard as his client, then he would let mine go. Either that's even more impossible. The Manigalu uses the towards his clients above all else. Both of these seem like impossible feats at first. If you can make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. Pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? What does she mean? You mean turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then he doesn't. We just wasted 20 minutes for no big deal. It's not a big deal. It's just time, and time is ours to waste. The person who needs the evidence, the defense, prosecution, and the judge, we've all the piece of evidence. Again, those last three pieces of evidence, we didn't even need them. That's how we've come to know the truth. There's one person who's yet to see them all, and that's the person who does not know the truth. The truth, and maybe what will bring about the miracle in the end. Objections, I'll pronounce my word. With all respect to the civic analyst. Objection! Subjects. I've already told you this right. This court does not need any evidence. I'm not saying it's just us that needs the evidence. Then you want to show the evidence to the person. Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Yes, you're right. We were to ask such for caution. I'll grant you one chance. One chance. Please show your evidence. It's impossible to turn the situation around in one try. One try, that's all I can. I have to remember. Everything that's happened up to this point. Think, please. There's your way to save Maya while taking the guard down at the same time. That's right. Let's not waste any more time. Or who would you like to show the evidence? It's on guard, right? It's on guard, and the evidence, I believe, is the bigger one. It's telling me the killer, dude. Oh, cool. Well, one piece of evidence we like to show this person. Videotape. Take that! What do you think, Mr. Arthur? I think there's some merit in showing the evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Okay, right? And I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about us being in this trial. I understand correctly you wish to show me his evidence. When's all I need? I hear a videotape. I found it. You're hiding. You would already know what's on the tape. He's been on land this entire time. And he already had the tape. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. Get it back. Implies he already had it. He already knows it's on the tape. That's regrettable, however, is my order to protect it. Let's go to protect the video tape. Not so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. You know the contents of this tape. I sternly told my client to not watch it. I'm absolutely right. You are. There's a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions are being recorded. Who was the client of the camera? The only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, actually. That was Adrian Andrews. No. If we look at the bear, stop there. Almost nothing about this has anything to do with Andrew. This one does. This is Bob by Guard. But I'm listening. The client specifically specified a time and place for you. So that they could film you. Yeah, so it's pretty obvious at this point his client is on guard. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I'd like to know why. Why did man on guard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is to take it out of the scene. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film a scene. They wanted to see Juan get his, wanted to blackmail on you to trust your skills. I believe the answer is blackmail. Yeah, blackmail. Client once told me something very interesting. Talking about you, and this is what they said. I'm a weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. No, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. That's where the video comes in. That I can keep him at bay, even blackmail him if I want. Alright, your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the Killer? Looks like I was being deceived from the beginning. Yes, by natural, that's the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all of the dangers that may arise. That's the true nature of your client. I have no question for this. Please, you told us one thing numerous times about your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. What if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break her contract in that case. And then that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact their punishment. I see. All I want to know. The traitor becomes the killer's next target. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright. My contract with my client is over as of now. Since you have a new job on my hands, I will now return to you your precious life. But, come on, item. Beep. I'll never see you again, thank goodness. Trial appears to have come to conclusion, I don't know how to do my job. This is my car. Where did that? Just answer yourself. I do believe it's time to finally hand him. Again, why would the judge? Again, it's obvious that the client was unbarred. It couldn't have been anyone. Looks like somehow you got what you want. See the equivalent units of validation. For that, I'd like to make one final statement. Someone in the near future, a very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, stand up and do it. He's convicted or acquitted, there's no escaping. Oh, I'm just whichever way you hurt yourself. Plead guilty. Yeah, put him away. I cannot make your crime disappear. I think the guilty verdict is appropriate. Okay, so yeah. I don't believe in achievements for things that you don't believe in. It's a bunch of work. Wonderful self-guilty. Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, you're likely to be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from the crime anymore. Oh, gosh, scratching yourself. Guilty. Oh wow. As always, it looks like we've become real. I don't remember you helping out much. Discharge. How was that? I left Mr. Tom Carmen in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whipped leather right about. Very good. That was a close one. Yes, I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime. I should say so. She should get some jail time. Come on, man. First time I was called to witness stand, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I mean, talk about a failing justice system. If you just go to that extent, I guess she's trying to forgive him. This witness, how should I put this? He hasn't. You're going to say you would choose death. That's no concern. I was alone at the detention center. That's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. Today, when the two of you used your combined strength to get mad, I felt like I had finally been saved. It's the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, why does the game give you those choices? I don't know. It actually does not make sense. Nothing in the game suggests that the alternative can be possible. Myself, there are still a few things I'm confused. Everyone's good enough. That's all for its adjourned. March 23rd, 514, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mia, back again. You were great out there, Phoenix. My did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your plan off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that, so it's really important. You now realize that there's something far more than just getting a not guilty, right? I think that's how bad lawyers are. Like, I think bad lawyers are the only ones who are concerned about, like, having a perfect record. Because in life, there really isn't a picture-perfect scenario. Like, very seldom is it always the case that they're perfectly innocent. As a defense attorney, especially. Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Ms. Von Karma arrived at the final piece of evidence. Think about your incredible decision you had to make. Yeah, kind of baloney. The game gives you a choice when there shouldn't be one. Kind of baloney. Did I really screw up? Yeah, it looks like he's convicted no matter what. It looks like he's convicted no matter what. So there's no real choice about it. When I
is safe in police custody. It's about time. Glad she's okay. Huh. Quite safe. She's on her way to the patrol. Mr. Price, say, you really did it, Mr. Nick. She punches it sadly hard for a kid. Believed in you. You kept saying, Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks. Earl's back. He is gone. What's wrong? It's Von Karma. Oh, thanks. Ow. Are you still smiling? Right. Lost. Again, not really. Not really. Like, what are we playing? Like the minor leagues? You know, elementary baseball team? Like, there are more important things than winning. Jeez Louise. Again, like, I really... skip all that below. Like, we actually don't care. We actually don't care. On him in my usual manner, tasted my first defeat. I lost everything because of that. And it's my turn to sit in the defense chair. Saved by that person I called. Give myself all that had happened, so I never called. Off that note, protect your mouth. Prosecutor who shamed himself in defeat should cry. How it is, Von Karma. That's not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize it. There was not a moment of clarity that everything had finished. Here's nonsense. Prosecutors use anything we can to attack the thing. No matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong up. That man would hold strong with his undying faith. When I knew it, I began trusting that man as well. You trust your enemy? No matter how many underhanded tricks the person uses, the truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with it all. And everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one is never easy to claw and scratch for a finish. The goal is eventually reach that one single truth, I promise you that. The truth, yes, the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. You knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went and hiding is not right. This man who only had a sad set on victory, who ran away into the night. Again, you don't need to be concerned about victory. I would say doing your job correctly is more important than being right. Or winning all the time. Especially for a return. You were going down. Disappeared and felt true. Even though I decided to become a lawyer to begin with. I believe the things you said. Those years ago. You betrayed your own words. That's why a year ago, I made up my mind. Instead of the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I told myself. Pathetic fool. Karma. I don't want to hear wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who's destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you're no longer worthy. You're worthy of being a Von Karma, neither am I. Hold on. There's something on the ground. This is the receiver. He's not finishing his try to test the function. Or turn this to increasing favor. Something else. That's Von Karma's whip. Or something in the courtroom again, I'm sure that's what she is. That's action. You should keep this. Glad you survived. We were glad that you didn't die. That was good. And you come here. Found and guard convicted, like you would, and on top of that, no, we never deserved it. I'm so impressed by luck this trial. I'm really lucky. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and hunt like a bad ghost. But is it really easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot. Don't mention it. By the way, my name's Phoenix. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm really George. Group hug. I'll take you made some real progress. I suppose I'm a little different from around here. Alright. I'm gonna go out of this depressing place. Where are we going? Ooh, bro, chow. So hungry, eating you look like a nice juicy burger on its own. Burger on prime burger. Come with this, Mr. Edgeworth, please. Oh, burrito. Insist. How about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Case messed up that awesome evening and got away in my going to sleep. Decide that we have to make it up by another feast. McDonald's. McDonald's, Edgeworth. Come on, Nick. March 23rd, 7:38, Gaywater Hotel Lounge. Oh wow, are you okay? Don't you?
Hey, fella, sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Don't you? Are you alright?
Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things.
Telephone pole? It wasn't real like that, gun. It did again, instead of ball. Felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me. No, I ain't joking.
Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai.
Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snoop Prosecutor. Don't you reckon that bully Miss Wright too hard? You don't start to be a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it tonight. I don't keep that in mind. Well, come on now. Everyone got around. How are you going to get your picture taken by being a professional photographer? It's like, want to be proud of herself, a new camera. She bought herself a new camera.
Well, pal, at least we can put this mess in case box now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go try it out, pal. Yeah.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
Wow, even Maya's saying, yo, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, so. Me, you would think so?
He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Not really. It actually changed nothing about the trial.
Well, you know, it's oh, wait. That's odd. When I ran up the things from the Trilla's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things it told us, sir.
What? 4?
Yeah, I sure put one of the items in my coat pocket.
Who's the 4th item? Come on, y'all, it's over. Oh, I tell you, they really are something else. When getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never go long, do you, huh? Never is, Lila. Why does she look so happy about it? You showed away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? It was hopeless, so I kept my mind off things and I drew a picture. Glad he actually provided you with those supplies, man. Sounds like you had it rough, yeah. Where's his picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see a picture of Mystic Lila. You know, I didn't know where it went. That's too bad. Alright, everything's in bloom anyway. Hey, sure is nice to finally be seen both smiling again. Easy, dude. This thing's picking something up.
Oh, that's coming, you see it.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom, guys.
BRB.
Why don't you listen to the phone call? It's like, wrap it up, dude. Wrap it up.
Hey, sir, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd, even though you're standing right here. The tracking device seemed to be in a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. Still some work to do. Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much. I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to be going my way. Wait, what? I just wanted to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me up there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? Oh, buddies again. I feel like words here aren't enough. I wonder if there's anything else between me and Edgeworth. Ooh la la. The whip. I think it's the whip. It's gotta be the whip. It's all thanks to you two. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. Looks like Edgeworth left, Mr. May. Mr. Maya? Yes, Pearly? Guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? Hey, Mr. Lake, I mean, Pearly, would you cut it out already or embarrass you? Anyway, so who's paying for the Southern Gym pie? As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick. Huh? Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles now. So I kind of already put your name on the bill. But, yeah, I got my situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? I just bought myself this good old video here. Better be an and a half for $3,000. Oh, well, actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tap. Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick, why do I suddenly feel like I'm screaming? You don't need a whole bag now, here. Yeehaw. Yeah, Bell, time to let it all out. It's going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I hear you say it. I've been busy being hostage and all. Alright, then if you said objection! 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 Isn't that a happy ending, guys? A little bit of dialogue heavy. Like, I think if they trimmed, like, maybe a quarter of the game down, it would have been a much more slick experience. Like, some of the episodes were just brutal. Like, I remember the circus episode, Big Top, Turnabout Big Top, or whatever it was called. Oh my gosh. That investigation was brutal. And then this one was okay. This one wasn't horrible, but yeah. The trials in this game were notorious for being very long. The investigations were very long. There was a lot of banter that was completely irrelevant. Mr. Edgeworth had long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. And there's one more game in the series. Everything's like, let's get this one going for all society. And you were crashing headlong, and everything is the only way to live, pal. Gladys here. Gumshoe had a good ending. But yeah, there's one more game in the trilogy. Trials and Tribulations. I don't even remember her voice. I'm Maggie Bird. I'm retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. Bring smiles and joy to people who come by the restaurant, sir. Hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. What's with the feathers? Oh, honey. Oh, so you're here to visit a patient? Director Houghty. Oh. Recently, yes. That girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes. I remember if I even laid so much as an eye on her, go crack. Didn't matter if I got hooked though. Yes. Oh. Easily the strangest character of the entire game. Director Houghty. And that's saying something in the Phoenix Wright game. It's time to begin our quest. And let the world know we're serious. I plan to make a fabulous fight Flight to Zimbabwe. Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe's like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk? I think if there aren't any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at most jokes. Dude, Turnabout Big Top was intense, dude. It was intense. There's no way these jokes are going to fall on deaf ears. I'm going to be more contemporary with my humor. Mo curls or represent. We've got our new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will ya? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. Oh, Mo. Oh, that's not Mo. That's, what's his name? Trillo. Trillo and Ben. Almost forgot. What's this? Right, it's just an old electric razor. Can't believe this, really. How long do they plan on making me do this? It's Edgy Poo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? It was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy. Treat me like royalty, and anyone who hasn't heard about it is going to feel pain in my heel. They're going to be feeling burned. King of Fire is right in just because that it's third century. Yeah. Couldn't keep up. A little bit too fast. You screenshot it though, you can potentially read that. I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. Why did you tamper with that crime scene? She said that after I get out, I should feel free to console her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. She knew Karita died, and then she tried to pin it on guard. So something tells me she knew more than she let on. It's become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I'll take a short leave of absence. I'll take a break from killing people. Okay. That's relieving. He's never been apprehended. That's strange. He's just gonna keep on killing people, I guess. March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. 8:12. At the airport. Where are you going, Francesca? How did you know I was here? With this. That's... I heard you were planning things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because I always was wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. It's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. He ran off with the things from the killer's hideout. I'm sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? Seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. You put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. You running away? Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Is he still rotting in jail? Which is good. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. Failure? Such a thing is not an option. My father was a genius. So smart he wound up in jail. There's no doubt about that, but me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. Well, I mean, outside of whipping people, I'd say you're fine. I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you're a prosecutor. I've been and always will be. You're a prosecutor from 18 years old, too. I'd say that's pretty abnormal. And you have gray hair to compensate. You can throw my work away. Speaking of that, Mike gave me this to hold on to. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? say this again. The prosecutor did not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down that way. Slaves, I'll say. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked down ahead with Miles Edgeworth. I've always hated you. It's a strong word, Montgomery. Finally my chance to take my revenge on my ride. If I could win against that man. If I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat. It's just like a very wordy game. Like, so wordy. Where you left behind you would have risen higher than you. I was supposed to be my revenge. I see. I can't do it. Can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were depending on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years. That's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Francesca Moncarno. Oh, very cool. Very cool, Edgeworth. I'm Francesca Moncarno. I don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. First time seeing Moncarno cry too, wow. Better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Wow. Very interesting post-credit scene. Very interesting. Phoenix Wright, one day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece. So I can give it to you. And it'll last me again in the next game, Trials and Tribulation. Hopefully the episodes are a little bit more concise and clean and efficient, not as wordy. Too much dialogue, in my opinion. Capcom. There it is, Justice for All. Farewell, my turnabout. I would say it's a little bit less punchy than the original. If you're a fan of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, though, I do recommend it. I do recommend giving it a shot because a lot of the core elements that you loved from the original game are still here, like the creative characters, the courtroom drama and action, the quirky and unusual story events, as well as characters. All that is still there. It's a little bit more like drawn out and spread out in this one, and it's, like I said, a little bit less, like I said, punchy or snappy as the original, but I'd still say you would enjoy Justice for All if you're a fan of Phoenix Wright. I'd say if you're not sure yet, you haven't played any of the Phoenix Wright games, start with Ace Attorney and go from there. If you're kind of like tapping your foot a lot during Ace Attorney, you're like, yeah, can this please wrap up? You're definitely going to have a hard time with Justice for All. Like, I feel like there were only 4 episodes, but there's so much dialogue in the episodes that it's like reading a chapter in a book. Like, it really is. Like, it's so wordy and so convoluted in some cases. Like, you get so much evidence that's just completely irrelevant. And there are just so many red herrings in the game. Things with no clear explanation. And it does suffer a little bit from the same thing as the last game, of the predefined narrative. Yeah. I don't know how they would incorporate that change and make it so that way you can be more open in your responses as opposed to having like 1 or 2 predefined options. Because at several points in this series, you guys saw me and heard me asking questions that are raised like, 10 or 20 minutes later into the episode. So I'm already thinking where the game is going, but the game doesn't give you the option of saying that. So you just kind of have to approximate what you're saying and what you really say and think based on the options that the game gives you to choose from. And I'd say I'm looking forward to Trials and Tribulations. Where am I going next with my channel? Like I said, I think I'm going to try a couple of different games. I still don't know if I'll bring Hearthstone back to the show. I would say maybe. Maybe I got kind of burned out on Hearthstone. And I'm feeling that way on Magic too. I'm wondering if I should download it on this machine or not. Because I'm kind of like my roommate, Adrian. I'm kind of playing it just to finish the dailies. Like I'm not having as much fun anymore. And so I'm thinking what I might do is I might play Gris and Resident Evil while I'm working out which direction to take with my channel. As always, I appreciate the support, and I do appreciate any feedback you have. If you have an opinion, either way, let me know in the comments below. Oops, sorry, I was trying to do this. Yeah. Yeah, because I'd like to know what you think. What would you like to see? Would you like to see more Hearthstone? Would you like to see more Magic the Gathering Arena on the channel? Because I haven't previously showcased that. Would you like to see more Phoenix Wright, for that matter? Because again, I am planning to play Trials and Tribulations here on the channel. I'm just not sure when. I'd say definitely not right away. I definitely need time to take a break from Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and that style game to play. But I could play the Resident Evils through. I could again finish Spiritfarer, have a special. Well, I mean, I have already finished Spiritfarer, but what I was saying is a post-series bonus episode is something I could have. So if you'd like to see bonus Spiritfarer, do let me know again in the comments. I might do it anyway just to see the conclusion of those character storylines. But I'm planning on doing Gris and Resident Evil. And I'm still not sure if I'll start it today, tomorrow, or another day, but as always, thank you for all the support. Thank you for every like, comment, share, subscribe. Everything helps and supports the show. And if nothing else, I'll do what I can to read and respond to your messages, should they be received. Donations, Venmo, Stormer Show, for those of you with the willingness and means to do so. And even just thanks for watching. This has been Stormer Show. I hope you've enjoyed following me with Justice for All gameplay in the series. I really do hope you've enjoyed